What's up everybody, back on the Shadowlands beta with some more raid testing for you. So today we're taking a look at Mythic Artificer Xymox in the new raid Castle Nathria. Before we start, I just want to point out that this is very early beta, so a lot of things will change, so this is by no means a guide on how to. And due to it being beta, there's a lot of bugs, lag, and weird stuff going on. But I'll go over what we uncovered during the limited testing time we had. Now, apart from the regular tuning, everything hits hard, has more health, etc. The big new thing here is the boss never swaps relics. On normal and heroic, you deal with each relic by himself, each being triggered when the boss hits certain health percentages. You have the Crystal of Phantasms, which deal damage to a lot of players in the raid from its soul singe, but more importantly spawn spirits that will mind control fixated players if they reach him. On Mythic, if a player gets mind controlled, they're possessed until slain, instead of until smacked a bit. Second relic is Root of Extinction, which spawns seed that can be moved around and will do lethal damage in a 50-yard radius after 20 seconds. Also deals damage to players from Withering Touch. And lastly is the Edge of Annihilation, which has an ever-increasing draw-in effect that drags players towards the middle of the room and ends in a 25-yard eruption that again deals lethal damage. Also raid-wide ticking damage. And like I said, on Mythic you eventually have to deal with all of these at the same time instead of one by one. So by themselves they're not super harsh to deal with, but when you need to move seeds while being chased by spirit as the boss drags you toward the middle while the tank is off somewhere detonating their glyph, it tends to make you go, a whole lot. Now this is definitely a step up from normal and heroic. Before testing I thought to myself, there's no way they're going to make overlaps this brutal, but no, of course they did. And it's a ton of fun, to be honest. Since you have the dimensional tear mechanic to utilize, which is the two wormholes you can place wherever you want in the room, and you can hop between these every 3 seconds, so not a very big cooldown on it. And trying to figure out different ways to place these to best deal with the mechanics all at once is a lot of fun and gives another layer to the encounter. For the seeds, for example, there's 8 of them and they're all around the room, and a few sec after these spawn you get the spirits that you need to teleport away from, since you cannot outrun them. These be some speedy spirits. And we tried a few different ways to deal with these overlaps. Placing wormholes on opposite sides makes the spirits very easy to deal with, but then you have to time going in and out of the wormhole really well, so you end up teleporting away from the seeds as they detonate. Get it wrong and you blow up or get mind controlled. We also tried placing the wormholes with a lot less space between them and all the seeds stacked in one location, which meant that you'd be free to teleport however you want away from the spirit, but you'd always be safe from the seeds. But this was extremely hectic to execute properly with no room for mistakes, but all of this is without taking the last relic in consideration, where you'll also be dragged towards the middle in an ever-increasing fashion, and then you can add in the ever-increasing raid damage taken, stasis traps that stuns players if they touch them, plus the aforementioned tank mechanic Glyph of Destruction, and the fight just gets so hectic fast. Now when all is said and done, this will most likely turn out to be a very scripted fight, and there will probably be very few different strats on how to best utilize the wormholes, but it's definitely a very fun fight regardless. I do like scripted fights where the difficulty comes from execution and not RNG, so I really hope this ends up being just that. Only down part with this fight is that it does not look super fun from a tank perspective, as we don't have to deal with any mechanics really. Run away with tank debuff, smack boss, except for the Edge of Annihilation draw-in of course. But yeah, not a whole lot to go over here as far as Mythic changes goes. Bliss just went fudge it, have all the mechanics at the same times and have fun with portals. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Guide will be released once Shadowlands is live and we figured out the encounter. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my Patreon and join the stanky Discord for all your raiding needs come Shadowlands. And I'm also streaming on Twitch, retail raids and beta raid/dungeon testing. Thank you all for watching and I will see you next time.